Good evening. My name is Donald Hess and welcome to the news. Tonight's top story: in an effort by the administration today to encourage 8:30 a.m. class attendance, traditional desks were discarded in exchange for more comfortable accommodations for the students. Seen here is first-year student Chris Music on his way to an early morning class and participating in a lab exercise. Chris is considered to be the administration's greatest victory with this new policy. To counter rising student protests against the use of lab animals in experiments, the University of Rochester has changed its health profession school from School of Medicine and Dentistry to School of Medicine and Dentistry and Veterinary Sciences. Seen here is the new school's first dean of veterinary science, Manuel Del Cerro, trying to revive a near-sacrificed animal found behind the facility. Tired of having to respond to continual student complaints, the Dean's Office requested of the Admissions Committee that complacency be ranked high among a candidate's qualities for admission. Shown here at an early acceptance gathering in New York are members of the class of '91, products of this widely criticized policy. And now for an update on the aftermath of Hurricane Gloria. Seen here is an exclusive photograph obtained immediately after the storm took its toll on the first-year med school class last January. Reports today indicate that there were no casualties, but many bruised egos. There's been an unfortunate accident involving a member of the first-year class. This morning, Tom Wynn was checked into Strong Memorial Hospital's R Wing. After spending a night tossing and turning under his sheets, Tom woke up convinced that he was secondarily retroperitoneal. And now, people in the news. On January 13th, 1987, Dr. Robert Babkowski of the University of Rochester startled the scientific community with his revolutionary suggestion that the human body has only a limited supply of blood. Babkowski contends that a person suffering from 2 severe gashes will only bleed from the larger one. A spokesman for the American Medical Association commented that the astonishing findings of Dr. Babkowski has the potential of setting cardiovascular research back 2, maybe 3 decades. Dr. Lawrence Cromwell, president of the National Academy of Science, stated that scientists like Babkowski can help make this country what it once was, an Arctic region covered with ice. Incidentally, Dr. Babkowski received his medical degree from the University of Rochester. When contacted about this, the dean refused to comment. Now a special report live from our Rochester studios. Here's roving reporter Craig Blackmore.
Good evening. We are indeed privileged to have with us in the studio this evening 4 members of the second year class. From the University of Rochester School of Medicine and Dentistry. Perhaps it would be best if you introduce yourselves.
All right, I'm Gertrude. Clarence Lester. Name Myron.
I wonder if you could, for us, please comment on what a great experience it has been for you in your 2 years.
We have so much work. It's not even funny. We have these big books and we just study. In undergrad, we study much harder than those first years. All we do is worry about the
recently revised, and that the deans are very proud of the new curriculum. Perhaps you could comment on that for us.
The curriculum? Oh, we are just guinea pigs for those first years.
We're martyrs to the big god of improvement. It's such a drag. Those guys have it so easy.
Most likely one of the top 10 facilities in the country. Indeed, I've heard so much that the facilities here are really impressive.
Study, and the deans are so mean, and we study, and the deans are so mean. Those first years out, don't they?
I didn't even say hi to me. I like the first year so much better.
Something else. A lot of you are from out of town, and I know that coming to Rochester is a new experience for you. Perhaps you can comment on the great cultural and educational experiences that are possible in your city.
Hey, Rochester, whose leg are you trying to pull? We don't even see the city. We're such pencil neck geeks.
Studying so hard, those first years, all they do is go out in big groups. I don't know why they want to go out in groups of more than 3 or 4 people.
Such a drag. They just hang out in big groups and not us. We don't like each other.
Thank you very much, Craig.
See you next year.
On special assignment, NDTV's undercover news crew, following a lead leaked by Gloria Hoffman, went to the biochemistry department to find out what Guido Marinetti really eats for lunch. Captured in a number of revealing photographs, Guido Marinetti had no other reply than, "I deserved a break today." Today, the entire first-year medical school class was shocked when Gary Hollenberg remained quiet for an entire lecture. asked to comment, Gary replied, "I didn't understand what you just said. Could you please repeat it?" Discovered that neuroanatomist Dorothy Flood really has no nose. In a clever scheme to conceal the deformity, Dr. Flood, throughout her first block teaching assignment, held an artificial nose in place while pretending to wipe a runny nose. Seen here is the device uncovered by an item just in from the office of the Associate Deans. The starting date for the second year has been moved again, and classes for second year will begin on May 20th. Dean Cohen, when asked to comment on the obvious clash with the current first-year schedule, said, "This is a professional school. You should have anticipated it." Renovations continue in Strong Memorial Hospital, the University of Rochester has announced a change of the name of their library from the Edward G. Miner Library to the Coal Miner Library. Officials at the university explain that the school has done everything possible to give the library the ambiance of a coal mine. No expense has been spared to assure constant sounds of pounding, jackhammering, and cursing workers. Hundreds of pieces of useless furniture have been purchased and strewn randomly around the room to simulate rubble from a mine cave-in. Moreover, patrons will be pleased to know they run the risk of contracting authentic black lung disease from the dust raised during construction. Library crews are still working around the clock to prepare for the renaming. At present, they are busy trying to find the most uncomfortable temperature possible. The crowning glory will come just prior to the rededication, when all lighting will be removed and people will be forced to study using lights from miners' helmets. An announcement today from the Department of Cardiovascular Physiology revealed that Dr. Carl Honig, well-known dog lover and cardiovascular specialist, has no blood flow to his brain. While involved in a set of human centrifuge experiments performed by the U.S. Air Force, Honig's venous valves suddenly collapsed, leading to a permanent pooling of blood in his legs and other dependent parts. Since that time, blood has never returned above the neck. Most obviously affected by this lack of blood flow are the areas of the brain concerned with word pronunciation and logic. Despite such radical measures as elastic stockings and pressurized flip-flops, Honig and his colleagues, Willie and Jim, have not managed to rectify the situation. It's an amazing example of auto-regulation, claims Dr. Richard Kinnett of the University of Rochester. Scandal swept the University of Rochester today when it was discovered that members of the genetics department broke the university's strict policy on human experimentation when they began conducting XY chromosome studies on members of the Department of Neuroanatomy. Seen here are some of the unfortunate victims. Tanya Pasternak now goes by Tom. John Hansen prefers Joanna. Hermes Ye is called Henrietta. And Tom McNeil likes Stella. Well, that's all the news for tonight. I'm out of here.